Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames. So guys, in this video I want to talk about Tasha K ongoing investigation. So if you're not aware, Tasha K is currently being investigated by the feds for releasing information on her platform in the R. Kelly case. So basically the feds are investigating whether the Bureau of Prison employee leaked R. Kelly information to Tasha K. And it said that the employee had accessed R. Kelly's record 153 times in 2019. Now, even though she wasn't assigned, this person had accessed R. Kelly's record 153 times. Now, my common sense is telling me that, let's say this person did share information with Tasha K. For this person to access the records 153 times, it means that Tasha K wasn't the only person that the information was given to. We had other platforms who had the same information sharing. But as you know that Tasha K has one of the largest audience on YouTube, and she has that energy, she has that volume, she has a large number of following. So as such, she's going to be the main target, because this is going to give the R. Kelly case more exposure. Not that it needs, but with Tasha K having almost 1 million, it's going to bring more awareness to the case for many people who are not following any information on the case. Now also, this can be an opportunity for them to rule out a mistrial in the R. Kelly case, saying that the information was leaked, and as such, it's going to be a mistrial. And people are now saying that if R. Kelly case ends up in a mistrial, they're going to blame Tasha K. But how so? If you have been following what has been happening, Tasha K was not the only one to report on the R. Kelly case. Now, also, this person accessing the file 153 times, it couldn't be that this person accessed the file 153 times to give just one individual the information, providing that the individual did in fact give Tasha K the information. So at this point, I'm going to say it's not adding up. Now, moving on. Normally on Friday, we have Tasha K on her live, and she's loud, she's cleaning her wine glass, she's drinking her wine, she's being loud, she's sharing information. Some of it I don't agree with at times. There are times when I agree with what she's saying 100%, but there are some cases where there are things that she talks about in a certain manner that I necessarily do not agree with. Exhibit A, her referring to Ice-T and Coco's daughter as resembling a teenager instead of looking like a baby. And I don't think the child looks like a teenager. I absolutely did not support her talking about a child in such manner. It doesn't matter what feud you may have with a parent going on social media. That's not something that I support. Another thing is that she believed every lie that Vonry told her about LaToya Forever. And people who have been following LaToya Forever could know that she's a kind-hearted person, and everything that Vonry was saying was nothing but a blatant lie. So those are just some of the things that I've called out Tasha K on my channel. Now, last night, no upload. She did announce earlier this week that she's gonna have Fuckery Friday, and Friday came, nothing from Tasha K. So at this point, we can say that something is going on that is affecting her mentally. Most recently, she blasted the lead attorney, because the lead attorney was just basically breaking down the case about the legalities against her if found out to be true, and what she could be up against. At no point in time did he say that she could go to prison, but he did insinuate there could be some legal fines for her. But she was not having this, and she blasted him. Then she went back and she basically apologized to him. And I think that the husband had something to do with her apologizing to him, removing the video. But I definitely believe that she's under immense pressure at this time. And the reason for her not to upload, it could be that she's been advised by her lawyer, because you know Tasha K, she's like what you call a tiki tiki boom boom. If she thinks something, she's gonna say it. And she has said a lot about the case, because she's definitely not happy with people saying repeatedly she's going to prison, and she's calling out YouTubers for saying that she's going to go to prison. No, I agree with Tasha K to some point, as it relates to her saying that YouTubers are saying that she's going to go to prison. And there's another part of me that doesn't agree. She has to remember, and this is the side that doesn't agree, she has to remember that YouTube is filled with T channel. T channels are a vibrant part of YouTube. It's messy at times, but it's what brings a lot of people to YouTube. Tasha K is a T channel. She may not consider her platform as a T channel, but she does have one of the largest T channels on YouTube. And no one has done more dragging than Tasha. Well, let me correct myself. Well, she hasn't been as messy as Noses, but she's one of the person who, she brings a lot of awareness to her platform, as well as she has done a lot of dragging. And she should understand that people are going to react to whatever is happening to her, good or bad, and people are going to have difference of opinion. Now, as it relates to the side of me that doesn't agree, if Tasha K should end up in jail for this alleged information that was leaked to her, we have to be cognizant of the fact that she wasn't the only one who spoke about this R. Kelly case and released information from his court documents. We had a few other top channels, I believe it's two of them, if not one, if I'm correct, that did the same exact thing. Also, too, with if Tasha K does end up in jail, this could also change the way in which T channels talks about certain trending topics or information at hand. For example, going forward, YouTube may change the way in which they allow content creators, especially T channels, to talk about court cases, etc. For example, if you remember at the beginning of the pandemic, because there was so much information about COVID, and many of it was in fact wrong, because many people thought that this COVID thing was a hoax and it didn't exist. Everything that had to do with COVID was basically sensitized. Even until today, you cannot just say anything that you want to say about COVID and vaccine on YouTube. So with Tasha K going to jail, that may definitely influence the change as it relates to how T channels report on certain cases. Now, some of you may say it doesn't make sense, but if you have been following what Lovely T has been calling out the media for, the media have been putting pressure on YouTube for them not to allow YouTubers to talk about certain news-related issues. And this can, if Tasha K should go to jail, this can definitely be the influence of change for T channels. Now, if you want to know what I'm talking about, you can go back to Lovely T channel, where she spoke about the news media not wanting T channels to talk about anything that's news related. So they basically just wanted T channels to stick to gossip, and they wanted YouTube to sensitize anything that the media is releasing, has released. And what they also wanted YouTube to do was to flag channels that add any clips from the media. Even though there's a fair use agreement, they didn't want any T channels to use any clip from any reports. However, YouTube being that platform that they believe in people expressing themselves free, fairly, and respectfully, they didn't give in to that request. So, as such, I would suggest that I can never ever stop people from expressing their opinion, but I would not encourage anyone to create this narrative that and believe that Tasha K is going to jail. It's not something that we should celebrate as content creator, because that may very well change the face of T channels. So that's all I have to share in this video. Let me know what your thoughts are, and thanks for your time, your energy. Stay safe, stay blessed. See you all next time. Bye, guys.